Hi students, welcome to Veranda Race, and today we are going to discuss the homework questions of the chapter Adverbs, the questions which were given to you. So let us start the session by discussing the first question, which is of the PT level. It's a common error spotting question. It has been observed by the team that John and Desmond are coward individuals who fail to perform at demanding occasions. Individuals, it's a noun. So it should be preceded by an adjective. So coward is a noun. Noun plus noun is not the correct structure. So it should be cowardly. Cowardly individuals. Let me make it very clear. Cowardly is not an adverb. It's an adjective. So the answer should be, it has been observed by the team that John and Desmond are cowardly individuals. He is a cowardly man, but he behaves in a cowardly manner. So in a cowardly manner is the adverbial phrase, and this is an adjective. Cowardly individual who fail to perform at demanding occasions. So error is in part C. Clear? Moving ahead to question number 2. It was finally seen that Jeremy had hardly reached the airport when the flight took off. So error is in part B, because the structure is hardly is followed by when. But because hardly is an adverb, and if it is used, the verb gets inverted. So it should be, it was finally seen that hardly had, this is incorrectly placed. So it should be hardly had Jeremy reached the airport when the flight took off. So the structure should be hardly had Jeremy. The verb gets inverted. Hardly had Jeremy reached. The verb gets inverted. The answer should be, it was finally seen that hardly had Jeremy reached the airport when the flight took off. Clear? Okay, moving ahead to question number 3. So quickly Rahul ran that he could catch the bus in no time. Okay, so the sentence starts with so. It's an adverb. The rule is, if a sentence starts with an adverb, it must be followed by a verb that is inverted. So it should be, so quickly did Rahul run. So quickly did Rahul run. Did Rahul run that he could catch the bus in no time. So the verb gets inverted. So quickly did Rahul run. So quickly did he see. This way. Clear? And it's followed by that. So is followed by that. Clear? Moving ahead. Question number 4. One should tackle the challenges thrown by life with tact, finesse and manly. Okay, tact, finesse and manly. Tact and finesse are nouns. Tact means the smartness, resourcefulness. Finesse means perfection. So one should tackle the challenges thrown by life with tact, comma, it's punctuation is not a problem. Tact, finesse and manly way. It should be like that, manly way. And manly techniques or manly methods, methodologies. This should be the correct way. So error is in part D. 100% error is in part D. Manly is an adjective. Remember, manly is an adjective. Here. So error was in part D. Moving ahead to the next question. 5. The people in his locality say that they hardly find something in his character that they think is admirable. Okay. Hardly is there, but it will not get inverted because it has been used in a different sense, not like a pair. So it should be, the people in his locality say that they hardly find anything, because hardly means none, equivalent to none. So it should be anything. So hardly or scarcely, they are sometimes followed by anything or anyone. I have hardly seen someone is incorrect. I have hardly seen anyone who tries to help me. So this way, the people in his locality say that they hardly find anything in his character that they think is admirable. So error is in part C. Clear? Moving ahead to the next question. Come what may. What is the meaning of come what may? Means whatever happens, I am ready for that. So come what may, Freda acted nobler than all of her friends and relatives. Nobler than. So acted is a verb. So it should be followed by an adverb. So it should be more nobly. More nobly than all her friends and relatives. Clear? So it can be like, come what may, Freda acted more nobly than all her friends and relatives. This is the correct answer. Moving ahead, question number 7. It was much cold last week and we cancelled our plan to go out to enjoy ourselves. So it should be much. Much is followed by an adjective of the comparative degree. Much colder, much smarter. So it should be it was very cold. Very cold is the correct answer. Error is in part A. Much is something which is followed by a comparative degree adjective. So it should be it was very cold last week and we cancelled our plan to go out to enjoy ourselves. Clear? Moving ahead to question number 8. I meet Krish often near the place where there is a confluence of the two rivers of Tamil Nadu. Okay, so it should be I often meet Krish. See, often is an adverb of frequency. So this adverb of frequency should be placed between the subject and the main verb. He often comes home late. I often meet Krish. This is the correct structure. Clear? So often is an adverb of frequency which should be placed after the subject and before the main verb. Clear? Moving on to the next question. I informed her about the cancellation of her candidature. As candid as I could, but she was not convinced. See, as candidly, because this adverb should be candidly. As candidly, because we are making the comparison of adverbs. Because here we are talking about informed. Informed is a verb. So I informed her as candidly as I could. I informed her about the cancellation of her candidature as candidly. Because we are not talking about two people, we are talking about two actions. Means the action is same, of course. Informing someone as candidly as one can. So it should be candidly. The adverb should be there. Error is in part B. Okay. Moving ahead, question number 10. When he received the brilliant piece of news, he ran stately. Okay, it should be straight. He ran straight to his wife up and informed her about it. Okay, let's see the question. When he received the brilliant piece of news, he ran straight to his wife up and informed her about it. Here it should be informed. Okay, it's an error. Not an error, I would say it should be informed because the sentence is in past tense. So when he received the brilliant piece of news, he ran straight to his wife up and informed her about it. So it should be straight to his wife, not stately to his wife. Stately is not a word. Clear? Moving ahead to mains level question. Okay, now we have to fill in the blanks. Very interesting questions these are. After the serious accident, the doctors said that Sheena had forgotten dash her name. Okay. Forgetting even one's name is a very dangerous thing. The doctors are saying after a serious accident, the doctors said that Sheena had forgotten even her name. To her name is incorrect because to must be followed by to. She had forgotten her name to could have been the answer. She had forgotten her name too, but the blank is here. The word her name should be placed after even. So her name is incorrect. Literally her name. Literally can be used, but here telling literally her name is incorrect because even her name suggests that even this action has taken place. For example, if I say after the serious accident, doctor said that Sheena had forgotten even her name. So somebody remembers her name, his name or her name, one's name. If I say I remember my name, that's good enough, right? But if I say I've forgotten even my name, that's dangerous. So that should be even her name. Clear? Moving ahead, question number 2. Of late, I have realized my inclination towards two special colors as the dresses I have in my wardrobe are dash black and blue in color. Okay? Are all. We cannot say all. Because we cannot say all blood. Because we can say mostly. Mostly means what? Most of them. Almost all. So mostly black and blue in color. So mostly would refer to almost all. Almost all. So mostly is the correct answer. Okay, and black and blue are adjectives, so they should be preceded by an adverb. So mostly is an adverb. Moving ahead. My father was dash proud for I had cleared the IIT entrance last year in a single attempt. See, this for is a conjunction. Clear? So we can say my father was so proud cannot be used because that is not following it. We could have used so proud. My father was so proud that I was dancing with excitement. So that he was dancing with excitement. That could have been the answer. But here it should be, my father was dash proud for I had cleared the IIT entrance last year in a single attempt. So it should be very proud. Because this is equivalent to because. So my father was very proud because I had, this is equivalent to because. It's not that, or it's not something else which can be paired with some other adverb. So is incorrect. To is incorrect because to should be followed by to, to. So much proud, again I told you earlier that much is followed by an adjective of the comparative degree. So it should be very proud. This is the correct answer. Question number 4. It has been conjectured that the international language English is dash interesting, but in reality not to dash. Okay. See, second part is very easy. English is very interesting. Let us assume that it's very interesting. English is very interesting, but in reality not to many. So these three options have many. This is incorrect. So this is the answer. So will be followed by that 100%. Remember 100%, and much is followed by a comparative degree adjective. So this is the correct answer. So it has been conjectured that the international language English is very interesting, but in reality not to many. What's the meaning of not to many? Not to many means not to many people. It is interesting, but not to many people. So it's like the answer is C. Very interesting, but in reality not to many. Moving ahead to question number 5. It was expected of her that after so many days of absence, she would be early, but she came very dash to the office. Very is an adverb, must be followed by an adjective. So late is an adjective. This is the correct answer. Later is the adjective in the comparative degree, but since very has been used over here, so late is the perfect answer. So I will say she came late to the office. Later would be used, and these two can be used when it's a comparative degree and than is followed. Latter means in position the next. She came later. She sat in the latter in the sequence. That could have been the answer. Lately is incorrect because very is an adverb. Generally it should be followed by an adjective, and she was late to the office. That's correct use. Clear? Okay, moving ahead to question number 6. Post-COVID recovery, they had become dash infirm. Infirm means weak. Dash, they were not. See, if we use so over here, so infirm means so weak that they were not dash able to stand at a place for some time. This shows that an effect is there. Effect. This shows that an effect is there. So if it's an effect, if an effect is there, it must be preceded by so that. 100% becoming infirm means becoming weak, and this effect is already mentioned over here. Even will follow it. Even will be written here, right? They were not even able to. So where are even? Let's see, here it is even, and so that are already here. So post-COVID recovery, they had become so infirm that they were not even able to stand at a place for some time. These options are irrelevant options. Clear? Because so that represents an effect and even shows the bare minimum result. Bare minimum. Even they were not able to stand on their feet. Clear? Okay, moving ahead to question number 7. Having been deprived of proper respect, he became dash dejected to meet anyone that evening. See, here we have used dejected. Dejected is what? Dejected is like an adjective. So whenever this structure is there, we use too dejected to meet. Too dejected to meet anyone that evening. Too dejected to meet means he was so dejected that he did not want to meet anyone. He was so dejected that he did not want to meet anyone is equivalent to too dejected to meet anyone. So this is the answer. So it should be 2. Clear? Okay. Moving ahead to question number 8. The policeman tried to pacify the quarrel between the two women. So he said, "Don't be dash insolent. It will come back to you as a penalty." Insolent means rude. Rude. So don't be quite innocent. Quite insolent is incorrect. I'll tell you why. Quite means in a large sense, in a broader sense. But if we say don't be much innocent, insolent. In colloquial language, when we speak, we say don't be much insolent because it will come back to you. So in colloquial language, we use much in general sense. I told you that it should be followed by, much should be followed by a comparative degree adjective. But when we speak in colloquial language, we use much. Clear? So don't be much insolent, it will come back to you. Clear? Moving ahead. Question number 9. The domestic cat, being weaker than the wild one, runs dash than its counterpart from the forest. So we're talking about domestic cat being compared with its counterpart from the forest. Counterpart means the wild cat. So runs is an adjective. So it should be more slowly. Clear? More slowly. When we say the domestic cat being weaker than the wild one means wild cat runs more slowly than its counterpart from the forest. So it should be more slowly. An adverb should be used more slowly. Clear? Okay. Moving ahead. Question number 10. They gave their dash verdict on the face of the lady without thinking dash about the consequences. They gave their outright verdict on the face of the lady without thinking much about the consequence. Okay, this very is not applicable over here. Much about is correct structure, and outright means straightforward, candid, outright verdict. So this is the correct answer. They gave their outright verdict. Outright means straightforward verdict. Straightforward verdict, outright verdict on the face of the lady without thinking much about the consequences. Clear? Okay. Let us revisit that question. That colloquial question. Okay. The policeman tried to pacify the quarrel between the two women. So he said, don't be much insolent. It will come. No, this is incorrect because much is usually for comparative degree. Let me make it correct. I'm sorry. Let me make it correct for you. This should be, the policeman tried to pacify the quarrel between the two women. So he said, don't be so insolent, because I'll tell you why. In colloquial, we should use so, not use much. Don't be much insolent means that he's defining the limit, right? But if you say don't be so insolent, it will come back to you as a penalty. Clear? So this should be the correct answer. I'm sorry for that. It should be the correct answer. Much is always used with comparative degree adjectives. Clear? Much smarter than, much more handsome than, when we make comparisons. Clear? So students, I hope you enjoyed today's session a lot. Thanks a lot.
ஃபாரின்ல படிச்சாதான் பெரிய ஆளாக முடியும்னு இல்ல, நம்ம ஒரு வெராண்டால படிச்சாலே போதும். வெராண்டா ரேஸ் வங்கி மற்றும் அரசு தேர்வுகளுக்கான ஆன்லைன் பயிற்சி.